The Black Whiskers began their rebellion in late winter and captured the Bergkäse and crowned Sivka of Adon in mid-spring. But things did not go simply. Within a few weeks, Mauskar and Rochefort rebelled against the rebels, bottling up Sivka and the forces of Gamalost inside the capital, laying siege. During the confusion, the Duc de Laurier escaped, but Rostopki remained a prisoner inside the city. Gamalost escaped the capital in a daring plot, promising to return with troops from a nearby garrison. The siege dragged on before Rochefort, for reasons beyond comprehension, betrayed Mauskar and joined with the forces of Sivka to attempt a breakout. Against all odds, the soldiers of Mauskar defeated their opponents, driving them all back into the capital and its forts. Rochefort was killed in the battle when he slipped in a puddle and landed face down in a fountain. All during the late winter and early spring, de Brugy has been sailing up and down the long sea with Moselton's fleet, securing Stilwen from rebels, and then capturing a number of cities along the southern coast. Some from the Black Whiskers, others from Mauskar. Eventually he leaves the fleet in Hohenheim, declares all the cities under his control to be the Duchy of Burgundy, and neutral in the affairs of the ongoing succession crisis, and then promptly marches on the capital. The fleet, under the command of Moselton, refuses to join Burgundy and sits at anchor for weeks, cut off from supplies. The officers and crews become increasingly annoyed at their admiral and eventually mutiny, placing him under arrest and setting sail for any loyal Maustrian port. They arrive in Revdenii, and Moselton is sent to make his report to the Council of Nobles. Reports arrive at the Council of Nobles that Gudarian has liberated Vesterbotten and Brunost, while Klappkatzer has taken Edelost and Danalblue. Both are marching on to Rauchkäse. Meanwhile, Gamalost has returned to Bergkäse with the Black Whiskers' reinforcements to find the city liberated by de Brugy a week earlier. Mauskar has seen the large enemy army coming and retreated east through the Fetka Gap. Though cut off from supplies, his force begins to fade away. In midsummer, Mauskar's force arrives at Milbekaese to find the city held by Lord Flavisham, commander of the Second Corps. Flavisham refuses to open the gates to Mauskar, calling him a traitor and rebel. Mauskar appeals and attempts to explain, but is ignored until Flavisham's scouts report a large force of Black Whiskers troops following Mauskar, advancing from Bergkäse. Flavisham abandons the city and marches north, with Mauskar in his wake. Second Corps marches until it meets up with the army of Gudbrandsdalen, 7th Corps, which has marched south from the Trentish frontier. Together, and with Mauskar's survivors, the Loyalist forces decide they outnumber the Black Whiskers that have pursued them. The army halts and then turns south. Flavisham, Gudbrandsdalen, and Mauskar will attack the Black Whiskers' army of Gamalost and the Burgundy army of de Brugy, while the young King Sivka watches on. The armies will meet in the last week of late summer, on the hottest day of the year.